Okay, great. I was just about really to tell a really off-color joke. Welcome back, everyone. The GGHOP joke water pistol for Wednesday. It's a hump day. I think it's the 22nd, I think.
Yep.
Something like that. Here we go. The first one from, sorry. This is the wrong one. Can you do the other one? Sorry. This is the one for later when I make fun of them. It's all good.
I thought my show was off the rails.
Oh, cool.
Difficulty Wednesday.
All right, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Hey, back after the I've been telling you about my fabulous vacation. It was a ton of fun. All right, so now the GGHOP joke water pistol for Wednesday, May 22nd, hump day, blah, 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 blah. From the New York Post. My wedding was upstaged by a creepy woman who identifies as a cat. Okay, and this is a quote from the bride. It said, "The one thing that was frustrating was that a lot of people were paying more attention to her than me."
Wonder why.
Uh-huh. Just as I planned, purred the scorned ex-girlfriend. That's who it was. Next one from Euronews.green. This is a great one. Two Just Stop Oil protesters are in their 80s, broken glass. This is the Reverend Dr. Sue Parfit, 82, and Judy Bruce, an 85-year-old retired biology teacher, entered the British Library and used a hammer to chisel to crack the enclosure around the Magna Carta, the Great Charter that is an essential foundation for the contemporary powers of UK Parliament. But this is not the first time the duo have tried to destroy the Magna Carta. The first attempt, both women tried to burn the document at its ratification in 1215. I'm saying they're old. Next one from the Washington Post. A cruise ship arrived in New York Harbor with a dead sea whale pinned to its bow, a revelation that has spawned a federal investigation and has led biologists to examine the whale's carcass to determine the cause of death. Some biologists speculate that a clue to the cause of death of the whale is the fact it's pinned to the front of a cruise ship.
Oh, my.
Could have something to do with it. I don't know, possibly.
It's a mystery.
From ABC Action News in Florida, they're on your side, Citrus County, Florida, USPS, Postal Service, suspending their neighborhood delivery to the sandpit streets of a neighborhood. Now, the postmaster was quoted saying, "I do apologize for the inconvenience, but the roads are not passable with our government vehicles. Until the roads in the neighborhood are improved, neighbors must pick up their mail at the post office." I don't know if you guys know the United States Postal Service creed. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night shall stay these couriers from their swift completion of their appointed rounds. Except sand. That shit can go fuck itself. Okay. See how quick it went right by. And let's see. We got one more. This is the last one. Here we go. Last one. This is a lot of fun. Christian Bencomo, 21, shot his stepmother last week as she was attempting to give him a hug during a high school graduation ceremony. Okay, authorities believe the fact that he was receiving a degree in killing family members at close range might have something to do with the investigation.
He got an A.
We'll be right back. Up on the internet, what do you see? Clickbait, politics, dressed as comedy. Who's outraged? Who's doubling down? The GGHOP is here to turn it all around with an ancient idea called having fun. Sounds a little scary, stick around, don't run. In the next 60 minutes, begging you to try. Open up your echo chamber and ditch your tribe. There's just one mission by which we're led to put a big fat smile upon your head. The song is almost done, time to start the show. But there might be something left that you'd like to know. What's GGHOP mean? It's your right to ask. The guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. Hey there, welcome back to the GGHOP, the Guaranteed Genuine Honest to Goodness 1 hour podcast, all sponsored by Wilson Farm Market right here. The fresh taste of country, fry pies, chicken, bread, Amish things, good-looking women. It's all there. Wilson Farm Market, school pizza, the whole thing. We're broadcasting live from the Christian Ridge Historic District, and we're broadcasting from the tap room of Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
And I am joined by these two handsome folks over here. That is Karen and James. There they are. They're here. They're happy. They're ready to go. Okay. So glad to be back. We're going to be, hopefully you tuned into the show Friday. James was the host. Second half of the show, we'll be talking a little bit about that. It should be a bit of fun. But first, we'll talk about these things. Let's see. Anything new with you two? I haven't seen you in a few days.
I survived.
You survived the weekend.
I survived without you.
The past weekend, you survived without me. Did you do anything this past weekend that we need to hear about real quick? Anything exciting?
Moved the son
Your
into
son?
his apartment.
Your son moved out. He's
Yeah.
all moved in and ready.
Yep.
Everything is fine.
Yep.
Excellent.
He's good.
Okay. So, and it's not far from here, right? It's close.
No, it's probably about maybe 8 to 10 blocks.
Do you think that even though he's moved away, that he'll still like come back for like dinner and stuff like that and those things and laundry and
hope
things?
so. Yes.
Oh, you hope so.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, this makes you a little.
My little heart happy.
Oh, okay. Well, misty that but he's close.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he'll be back.
He'll be.
He'll probably be moving back in. Let's be real. James, anything exciting over
There's
the weekend?
still going to be shit missing from her fridge. You know that.
Right. You're gonna have a lot more money in your purse
I'm
now.
still buying. I'm still buying whatever. Just set it in a certain part of the fridge, and he'll come by and pick
But
it
he'll
up.
still be by. He's still dropping in. You have not lost your baby. He's still around.
My
James, exciting weekend. Did you do anything?
Nah, I didn't do shit. Went
Just
to work.
working?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, starting off here, these stories. The woman with the cat freak showing up to a fucking wedding. Okay. The close friend and guest, Amy White, recalled that the positively disaster during April 20th ceremony, there's about 100 people here. Okay. So they say that they started a procession and a person stood up and this person saying, I realized the cow was a human. They thought it was a cow like far away. That's how it looked. That's what they first thought. It's in like Oklahoma or something. So it's out in the country. And then it was too late to stop anything once they noticed. And then once the ceremony started, they stood up and started walking around, thought maybe they were inebriated. So then they thought it was like a drunk person who's like throwing up, walking, like crawling through it. They kept stepping back and laying down in the grass. Everyone thought it was really weird, said Morris, who was married. Things got even worse afterward when the bride and groom kissed and then I guess if you dress up like a cat or an animal, you're called a therian. Yeah, I can think of 2 or 3 other words people call
You're called fucking stupid.
that have nothing to do with therian. But when they kissed or whatever, the little cat stood up and made like a little bow. After the ceremony, I told the bride there's a furry at her wedding. Then towards the end, when everyone started cheering, they walked to the edge of the lake and were trying to get photos and taking pictures for themselves. Fortunately, the photographer knew better and kept the stray cat out of them. Didn't take the picture with them in the background.
You're not photobombing our shit.
So they didn't find out who it was. They don't know who it was. Just a rando person showed up at a wedding dressed like a cat. And so what do you think, Karen, about that? You have any feelings about that?
No.
Think it's a good idea, a bad idea? What do you think?
I think it's a you keep talking type of situation.
Well, no, would you?
I think that's
Your
fucking
wedding,
nuts.
your wedding didn't have anything like this, of course. Okay.
No,
But what if
and-
your daughter's getting married and you were in a field, you're in somewhere,
I would be highly pissed.
and there's a random person dressed like
I would
somebody?
be highly pissed.
Do you think you would keep going, or would you walk with some people out there to maybe confront this person and ask them what they're doing?
I would probably assume that my child would know if they had a friend that was a furry.
Yeah,
And let me
yeah.
know
Yeah.
before. But if this is a random person that decided to choose to be a furry the next day,
Yeah.
I would be like, you could take your furry ass out that door.
Well, that's right. I wondered, and nowhere in the story, and again, it was like in Oklahoma, in like rural Oklahoma. I'm really surprised that there wasn't like 8 uncles out there just picking you up
Yeah.
and just taking you off the property.
Yeah.
Or you've got some girlfriends that are like
I don't know.
ghetto-y and they
I
want to
think
whoop
that-
ass
I think
and they
the
want to
whole
run out
furry
there.
thing's just jackass crazy anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know if this was my wedding or whatever, I would have like taken care of it or called the police and be like, I need this person off who's not supposed to, this person's trespassing.
One of my uncles would have tried to fuck her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man.
honestly.
So if you're out there and you think I'm going to get in the way of someone's wedding, man, you better be real
Yeah.
I think this person got off very easy.
When you made the
Yeah.
thing
Okay.
with the plan at the end, I was like, it's a perfect plan.
Perfect plan. Yes. Nice wordplay. I just think that this had the opportunity to be like an AP story about someone going to jail for
Yeah.
beating someone to death.
So whatever,
Don't get in people's way.
did they
Fur
chip her so they
fly.
could keep track of where she went?
No, that after a while the cat just left and that was it. They didn't know who it was. It wasn't a friend.
All they had to do is get out a fucking laser pointer, right? She's playing the role.
That's maybe it. Maybe there's a ball out there. There's a mousey out there.
Yeah.
Or there's catnip out
She
in the
chased
field.
it and it got to the water and she stopped.
Or this person was on a lot of catnip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or ketamine.
or ketamine. Ketamine. This guy gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So weird. Again, be careful. That's like reminds me of a few years ago when there were people. This is probably like 8 years ago, 6 years ago, when people were dressing up like clowns.
Clowns, yeah.
And out in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere and walking into people's yards. And I will never forget that summer, like after it went on a bit, some news network went to like South Carolina or something to a sheriff.
Dude
and he was,
hit him with a shotgun, didn't he?
well, he came out because somebody did get shot.
Yeah.
And then he came out and said, listen, if you are dressing up like a clown and walking onto people's property towards their children or whatever, I just want you to know I only have so many sheriffs that I can respond, and hopefully we get there before the owner does. But you're taking I can't say, somebody's saying, I can't save all of you. You may
Yeah.
get shot before I get there.
And the law is actually on those people's side too. So
Big
Yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
come walking yard dressed like a clown
Yeah.
towards someone's little kid.
yeah.
Didn't
They're never going to, not a good idea. Karen.
didn't it happen here in Frankfurt to where school was put out?
Alerted about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were freaked out about it, so
Yeah.
you didn't have school the next day.
It
'cause
kinda
there were
happened
too many
everywhere.
rumors.
Really, my son at the time is before he was in school.
Yeah,
So they canceled a day of school because of a clown.
because there were rumors of a clown around.
It just, I shook my head when that shit was going on. What adult could be scared of that?
Yeah.
You can't. Oh my God, whatever.
The best thing to do is just run right the fuck at them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think
if you can.
if you dress up like a clown in the wrong place out in the country, like guys drive by in a truck once and they're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to beat you up.
You're gonna get fucked
Just
with.
to beat you up. You could be
Yeah.
just walking down the street.
Yeah.
Don't.
They might just
don't.
hit you with their truck.
Just don't.
I was scared. All right.
Yep, sure. Yeah, they're gonna be on their side.
How was he dressed? Well, look at him.
How about these old farts breaking it? God damn it! You're old enough to know better.
Yeah.
There's like 5 copies of this Magna Carta anyway. They barely scratched the glass. It was not. And you saw them.
Yeah. How hard are they swinging a mallet or a
Jesus
hammer?
Christ. The pair glued their hands together holding a sign that read, "The government is breaking the law," and could be heard saying, "Is the government above the law?" 1 tin soldier rides away. They're demanding the UK government commit to an emergency plan to end the extraction and burning of oil, gas, and coal by 2030. But if we stop that, you wouldn't be able to wear the pantsuit you two had on.
True.
British Library said police had been notified, and despite minimal damage to the case, the Magna Carta is undamaged. Parfit said that the Magna Carta is rightly revered as being, this is one of the ladies, important to our history, to our freedoms and our laws. But there will be no freedom, no lawfulness, and no rights if we allow climate breakdown to become the catastrophe it is.
Aw.
Did they give him 20 minutes to life because they don't know how long they're going to last anyway?
Good. Exactly. He sends you to,
Who sent
staying
you-
up past 4 p.m.
Yeah. Hang out here for a minute. It might just settle itself.
We must get these things in proportion. The abundance of life on Earth, the climate stability that allows civilization to continue is what we must be revered and protected above all else, even above our most precious artifacts, which they misspelled artifacts. Both Bruce and Parfit have been involved in numerous climate protests and have been arrested in the past.
I like how people think vandalization of private property is going to solve shit.
It helps.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
It does not.
No.
It absolutely does the
nothing.
opposite effect to it.
It
Yeah.
just makes people not like you,
It's
and
like,
it makes
oh,
people angry.
now you're considered an extremist. Now you can't fly anywhere or drive
Yep.
anywhere or buy certain shit.
Yeah, they're going to start doing that.
Yeah.
But you can't have you on a plane.
You're a
You know what
threat.
You'll do.
You're a threat.
I saw people the other day doing stuff at a Jerry Seinfeld concert,
Yeah.
and they were screaming or whatever. And it's like,
They were booing like
Let me-
excessively or something.
even if Jerry Seinfeld committed to free Palestine or whatever, would it help anything?
No.
Would it change a thing?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing. There's nothing. And going and trying to Ugh. If these ladies got in and destroyed that, I would be for just shooting these people on sight. Don't be destroyed. This is from the year 1215. I mean, people throwing paint on the Mona Lisa and that kind of shit. There's one people that like glued themselves to stuff. I would love to be at a museum when some fuckhead glued themselves to something, because if there's nobody around, I am gonna piss.
I was gonna
on
say
you.
I would pee on him. Yeah,
I'm gonna kick
Yeah,
you.
I
What
would.
are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
You glued your fucking face to the Mona Lisa, you dickhead. Oh my god.
I was like, who's breaking their law
Fucking
more here? I'll
assholes.
go down for using my bodily functions on you.
Yeah.
You're glued to the Magna Carta. Who's the camera's
Just
right up there?
pissing on me.
Yeah.
You glued yourself to the floor in the Louvre, you dickhead. God, yeah. None of this helps anything.
No, what they should do is they should allow one of the security guards there.
Yeah.
Do you remember a long time ago in the baseball? I don't remember if it was the playoffs or not, but it was Red Sox and Yankees.
Okay.
And old Don Zimmerman came running out there, and Pedro
Yes.
Martinez grabbed him by his old ass
And
head
just
and
kind of like
fucking
threw
him
it
to the
nicely.
side.
Yeah.
Just rolled his ass off to the
That's
side.
what these two
just
need.
just
Just a
go
little-
up, just grab him by the head and roll him off to the side.
Just
and-
one push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your penalty. If you can get up and be all right, you're fair.
At this point, yeah. Violence it a bit. Just stop it. Good God. Come on. All right. How about this cruise ship? This big lump of shit. I don't care. Because you know what? 2 days later, then there was a boat out in somewhere in the Pacific, and these like orca group tried to capsize the fucking boat and kill the people.
There was
on it.
like 6 or 7 of them, and they circled around it and then hit it from the side. So they knew they literally said the boat would tilt, and then the other ones would hit it from the other side and it would tilt.
Yeah.
The orcas knew how to fucking tip the boat over.
They're here to kill us.
Yeah.
The Earth is here actually to kill things. So yeah, this thing. I'm not gonna go too far into this thing and all this dumb shit.
We can't plant flags in the water. It's fucking theirs.
But they go. Well, we think it might have something to do with the ship, and we think it could be the ship.
Yeah, because the front of it looks like a whale hook.
It's attached to the front of
Front
the
of it looks
ship.
like a fucking whale. It looks like a fucking whale.
Now, the one I showed, that was actually like a cargo ship, but the first one is a
Same
cruise
difference.
ship. But I couldn't get the picture of the one. But it's like it's stuck onto the front of the cruise, the bow of the ship. I mean, obviously it hit it. I didn't know though. Something I did learn. I didn't know that really the cruise ships are moving fast enough to break the skin of a whale. I mean, it's moving. I get
Really?
it. They're moving along, man. They're not doing nothing.
it's more about
You know what I mean?
the power it's going with, not the speed. It's
Okay.
like something with like a bunch of horsepower hit you real fast.
Yeah.
Is going to be worse than something hitting you really fast with nothing to it. Does that make sense?
Okay. But I just think it goes like the cruise ships are moving, but it's the water and the animal's so big that when it like hit it, I figured it fucked the ship up.
The way
not
the
animal.
way you're actually cutting the water to, it brings the tide towards you almost like a draft, and it
Okay.
will suck it towards it even faster.
This is a little like Karen, maybe like deer.
Oh, yeah. I understand. Totally.
Okay. Okay. Karen, did you finish all the bitch pills or save some for us? Okay, let's move on to the next one. From Florida, the street where everything is sand. So what's going on is that this place was built outside the city.
Yeah.
And so then the builder said, like, I'm going to put the roads in.
Is it like a villa, like a community villa thing?
Kind of, but
Probably
it's
got
just, but
trailers
it's
or tiny houses.
yeah, but it's part of the city. So then the argument is back and forth that the city is like, well, he said he was going to pay for it, and then those people have gone bankrupt. Are like, well, you're the city, it's your town, you should pay for it, and no one pays for anything. So these things have been this for like 2 or 3 years that it's just sand. And that picture was, that's a semi coming to deliver something, and got stuck on the street because there is no street, it's just sand. So
Well, why would you look at that and pull into it?
I didn't drive the truck.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm talking to that guy.
So yeah, relentless finger pointing between the government and the home builder. Though the neighborhood's roads were dedicated to the public, it refused to perform maintenance on the right of ways because no roads were ever constructed. So it's just this huge clusterfuck thing. So,
They didn't want it to be dirt and mud, so they put a bunch of sand down.
yeah, I guess
I'd have a sweet 4-wheeler with some paddle tires. That'd be the shit.
that could be done.
Yeah.
That could be
How could
done.
we do that?
That'd be the shit.
But I think that these guys too could get together, hire a lawyer, and just sue somebody to put, or just pay for it yourself. I don't know.
Or have them put a PO box right there in the middle of it.
Or another idea, you've been doing it for years when it's sand. Can you just walk with the mail on the sidewalk or
Yeah.
in the sand for 5 fucking seconds, but
Yeah.
mail my goddamn box?
Give 'em
Is
enough-
it that big of a fuck?
Give-
That was my point.
Give them a raise and some better shoes and send them on the way.
Through dork, through gloom, through winter. but a little
Didn't
bit
say
of
sand.
No.
Didn't say sand though.
Karen, do you have
Karen? Sand in the way.
Sand sucks.
sand is in the way? True.
Sand in my eyes.
Have you had sand in your eyes? I had a
Yes.
girl do that to me when I
Sucks
was,
out
when I was
the
a
ass.
kid. Yeah.
I've had sand in my ass.
In your ass? In your ass?
Yeah,
Oh. Well, swimming and things on the beach.
maybe.
Making sweet love on the beach. Karen.
Dry, dusty.
Dry and dusty. All right. Well, let's turn to Zam on that story. Very nice. Let's move on to the next one. This one is the craziest one, I think. This guy shoots, shoots his stepmother in the neck. Authorities said the woman was attending the Southwest Secondary Learning Center graduation for her son.
There's a clue.
But if you type in stepson shoots stepmom in neck, you got to make sure you have safe search on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be
You might get videos you don't want to see.
could be a pearl necklace.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah.
I'm just warning the children.
Hey, it's just a song from ZZ Top.
Warning the children.
So her stepson, she's there for her son, and then her stepson is there. Christian Bencomo, 21, arrived, and as she started to hug him, he produced a handgun and shot her in the neck. He said there were over 100 people at the charter school graduation at the time. The woman was rushed to the hospital and is expected to survive. Bencomo, I almost put this picture up and made a joke out of this. Bencomo was held by bystanders until the police arrived. When you see a picture of Mr. Bencomo, yeah, they held him all right. Dude, this guy's like black eye. I mean, they were beating the living fuck out of this guy for 8 minutes till the cops got there.
Yeah, you're going to hit him until the cops
Dude,
get
he's
there.
like unrecognizable.
You're going to hit him until the cops get there.
They held him until the cops got there.
Like that guy that tried to run on the stage to get Dave Chappelle and tackled him, and then they
Can't
took
have
him
it.
in the back and beat the fuck. There are people coming out of the crowds that were friends with him just to go in there and get a few kicks in.
You can't have it.
Yeah.
Especially shooting someone in the neck for a hug.
And see, the way they first make it sound was like they hugged and it, like maybe he had it somewhere. And it
Oh,
went
yeah.
off.
No.
He
On the
pulled it in,
purpose. Jennifer Renfro, who was at the ceremony, told Fox TV stations that the graduates had just got their diplomas along with a rose to give to their important person. And she said she gave her son a hug and then heard a really loud pop. A lot of people thought it was a firecracker or a balloon. We all crouched down.
We realized it was a 38.
So Bencomo is charged with unlawful carrying a weapon, aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony, aggravated battery with intent to cause great bodily harm to a family member, and preventative detention, according to jail records.
Why
That should
wasn't
be
that
attempted murder.
Why wasn't it attempted murder?
Or at least attempted manslaughter.
That's New Mexico, some kind of law. I don't know.
Getting
But
shot in the neck is survivable.
But I'd have to look this up again. There's no why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, is he mad at his?
You know, did she touch him in the wrong spot?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, is this a petty person? Is it she just didn't get him something for Christmas or?
No
Who
Mother's
knows?
Day cards.
That's what I'm saying. Take it into your own hand, girl. Start shooting.
Didn't buy him any Fortnite points
Yes.
or some shit like that.
Obviously, did not
Took
get him
away
an
the-
NRA gun membership.
The paint chip art
Threw their,
away from the apartment.
Yes.
threw their Pokemons in the trash.
Any art that I produce, and
But
you know,
like I say,
take it
when I go out
away.
there, I never know what kind of stories I'm going to find, and that's damn special. Damn. You shot your stepmom in the neck not at home. I mean, you could have shot her at the party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's less people there, and you could have got more done.
Out of the
We could
car.
have killed her at the party and been done.
That's why they let somebody work the whole day before they fire him at the end, right?
Instead, you shot her at the ceremony where there's all the cops and people.
You
Like,
could have just
why?
been like, all right, night, mom. Pow.
I hate you so
Nobody
much.
else.
I can't wait to go home and shoot you.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Should have waited for the cake
Ah,
at least.
jeez. Well, we're halfway through, and I'll let you cover that because I need to put these second ones in order real
I
quick.
just wonder if like the rest of the people at that graduation got to get their diploma after she got shot. They just like went on the side and kept going like it was a football game, and you're over here laying on the sideline, and they're just gonna keep playing
Just step
without you.
over.
You
Just
gotta
step
wonder.
over. It's gonna be all right.
Well, we're halfway through the Wilson Farm Market thing there, the chicken and all that, the cheese. I went by there Sunday after my trip
Did you?
because they wanted to go over there on Sunday. They were going to go before I was getting dropped off at a local
Yeah.
honky tonk,
establishment?
and that we beat them there because on the way home we took a different route. The route we took up, James, you would have loved. It took about 3.5 hours to go 50 minutes, but when we came home, it took about 27 minutes. So that was fun. But no, beat them there, and then so we go over, and it's Sunday at like 12:30, and we go over there.
Oh,
Yeah, Got to park in the overflow lot.
Church had let out.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's there.
And she's like, well, we're going to go get this and some flowers. We ended up buying a couple of the hanging baskets. There's still some left. If you didn't
How
buy
much were
something
they?
for your mom for Mother's Day, they're not very expensive and you should get some. Those are available. And then lots of food. But then we walked in, it was
Packed.
I'm like, you know what? We're getting the flowers, grab those peanuts, and the chicken. I mean, it was people were waiting. I mean, it was, again,
Yeah.
it's like we say, yeah, try it.
Go early.
Yeah, go Sunday afternoon. go sometime because it is busy. And all the cars, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky. The lot was packed full, like the Stones were playing a concert. So, and that was just for fun. So there's Wilson Farm Market. Get in on the fun. Squeeze out the fun. Now, last Friday I wasn't here.
No,
and
you
and
weren't.
you guys did a show.
And we had more fun.
And I watched it. I watched it up there in the forest, and boy, it was a lot of fun for me. Like I've told you, it was the highlight of my weekend, which was a bit of a surprise. But that's okay. But it was a lot of fun. It was fun to watch it. It made me miss being here, to tell you the truth.
Oh, we missed you too, especially me.
Well then, but
She likes seeing things being all organized and stuff.
well, it tends to
He
make the
came in
show
on fire,
run
and I
smoother.
was so excited.
Having a bit of a plan and things makes it run a bit smoother. But I think it was fun. I'm glad you seemed to do a good
Did it
job.
anyway.
It was good. But I had a few things I'd like to do for you. So now I've got the joke water pistol specifically about last Friday's show.
Oh, yeah.
And this will be a lot of fun. So here we go. If you like the Tom Brady roast, you're going to love this one. Okay, so the first one, and we don't have to go quickly through this one. We've got plenty of time to speak about these things. Okay. If you saw last Friday's show, you noticed there were no graphics due to the fact that James could not get files from his computer to our computers, which makes a lot of sense because this is a picture of ours, and here's a picture of James's computer. James told people last Friday that he is more of a situational comedian, which just maybe just not this situation.
It's true. No.
Yes, go
9,
ahead. No,
9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm your fucking guy. Actually, it'd be 9 p.m. to about 2:30.
We'll come back and we will talk about these. I promise. It's all in good fun. James was quoted on Friday as saying that Bill doesn't know that jokes that bomb can be the funniest. But I've known that for a long time. When I was a 15-year-old, my dad had a heart attack, and I went up to see him with my brother, and we're talking with the nurse, and she was saying that he was in stable condition, but he was a bit cranky when they would check for vitals. And most people would have maybe concern, but I chose to be open mic night. And I said, the next time he's cranky, just give him an enema. And the look I got from those people was about as uncomfortable as the last time I watched an episode of Hey Dude.
It's terrible, ain't it?
Watch
so
5
bad.
minutes of this
Yeah.
because the director forgot to tell the actors, you're actors, not hostages.
Yeah.
Because they all look like they're hostages. It looks like a North Korean television
Yeah.
show. Ooh, this is a fun one. And in a rare moment last Friday, when Karen was successful at prying away the vice-like grip James had on the show, he said her 2 boys were both Eagle Scouts, okay, and, quote, had a genuinely good core and are too chicken shit to do bad. Is that Mother's Day? In the second part of the segment, James's random observations last Friday, James asked Karen, what's her longest time spent at a job? To which she probably could have answered, feels like today, James.
Yeah. There's the picture.
Last Friday, yours truly was compared to Canteen Boy, played by the then cast member Adam Sandler, in which Alec Baldwin, as the scoutmaster, goes down the hilarious road of pedophilia as he tries to get Canteen Boy to sleep with him. Now, let's get this straight. I don't care if, when, or where Alec Baldwin touches me. I just don't want him to shoot me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Film was a topic last Friday on this show as James shared the story of the first movie he ever saw in a theater, Ernest Goes to Camp, starring the late, great Jim Varney. The story went that there were 2 sides to the theater James went to. They were both playing the same movie, and they were packed, and James had to get like a standing room only ticket. Literally, the whole town was there, except this person, co-host Karen Haynes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic kids programming was brought up last Friday as well, as James talked about 90s kids sitcom Salute Your Shorts, which follows the adventures of a group of young teens at a fictional summer camp called Camp
Camp
Anawana, which is close to the name of the summer camp Karen was at last Friday called I Don't Want to Be Here. Yeah. James let it slip about a new giveaway that he wanted to have for the GGHOP, and here's what it is. You win the shirt and the $100 gift card if you can correctly guess how many times James mispronounced our sponsor, Wilson Farm Market, as Wilson's Farm Market. Now, just to be clear, our sponsor, Scott Wilson, owned Wilson Farm Market. It's Indiana. Wilson's Farm Market is owned by two old boomer broads in Washington State.
Oh.
That's heart.
Yeah.
That's back when. And I was going to put a thing in about chicken, that they're always out of chicken because the one on the right's a chubby one. All right. And finally, after watching last Friday's show, researchers have discovered what could make the GGHOP better. 73.2% more Karen.
Except when she's being bitchy.
And that's the end. Yeah, when you're on your bitch pills. Okay. So, yeah, you said you had some trouble with the computer. So I like that one. You know, what I mean?
I love that one.
He
That
had
was
some
pretty
trouble getting the
funny.
graphics. That was okay.
It was only like that I wasn't able to sign into that I had already written out the backup plan and wanted to go ahead and use the backup plan because after I looked at the stuff I did, I'm just like, yeah, this ain't any good.
You did good because you even said on there, like, I had these jokes and man, they were really political.
Yeah.
If you know it's not gonna do well, then you did good not to just.
My brain skews in certain directions. I've been
Yeah.
listening to fucking, wrestling podcasts and random shit all day. And then once I got in there to do that, I'm like, all right, this ain't
No problem.
He came in like on fire, like
Oh, yeah.
so excited.
Yes.
And I was like, thank God.
Like yes, he's ready,
Yeah.
ready to
'Cause
go.
he
As soon as I
tell
didn't
me.
have that tablet, I was like, fuck.
Again, he didn't tell me shit.
So you
No.
So
And
he,
he wouldn't let me talk.
But I had it set up. My actual,
we noted that in
my,
yes.
my actual list for stuff
Again,
was
he wouldn't let me talk.
it
Go
was
ahead.
set up for her to just completely go. Like I was gonna lay
Yes.
something out and then let her talk like or give a story. That
Yes.
was how my actual layout was.
That's what the thought
And yeah,
it was going to be.
And not having that, it was like half of it.
Yes.
Because I had questions actually written for you on each one, so we could carry.
Hey,
it.
I
got-
kind of doubt you would have let me answer them. Just
Well, when I'm
slightly.
drinking, I ain't gonna let anybody talk. Anyway.
It got very honest because you're like, hey man, this is how the
Exactly.
show works, and I don't write much, and then you're like, I don't even read that much.
No.
You're like, I read like 2 books, and then you were like, Karen, you've done the show, you get a little nervous, whatever. It's like, actually, you guys all know each other, have a bunch of in jokes, and I just sit here all the time. It's like really
Wow.
sad, like Dr. Phil time, actually getting all this thing.
How does that make you feel?
How does that make you feel? You said situational comedian. I made that joke with that, just not that situation, but no, that's the idea. You chime in. That's what you do.
Yeah,
the
that's like
idea.
that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
I'm a
You know?
DH,
Yes.
designated
And I don't
Larry.
do well interrupting.
No, you have to
My
interrupt
husband
more.
has trained me. If I go to interrupt him,
Yeah.
it's not a good thing to do.
Oh, no, cut me the fuck off, Karen.
Well, apparently, I need to learn.
Yeah.
Well, when
cut me off like an Asian female driver.
Now this is why I'm here, and this is why we go down this road. You just said your husband has taught you not to interrupt him. It won't be very good. How were you taught to do this?
Well, it's probably not a pleasant conversation.
Okay. Jesus Christ. A lot of truth
But
coming
I
out
think
today.
anybody that knows him knows you just, yeah,
Don't. Okay.
you just don't interrupt.
I give you permission to interrupt here
Okay,
Holy.
it's gonna take a lot.
and say crazy shit into there to interrupt it.
And if I get used to it, and then I do it with Ryan, and it doesn't go well, I'm gonna
well,
blame your
that's when you
ass.
get a lawyer. Okay, really don't. I was hoping it was something fun, like
Not
when you don't interrupt me, I give you a piece of chocolate or I give you a toy or something.
No, it's.
I wasn't saying
it's
punch in the
not
face, dude. I
happening.
wasn't thinking
It's
Get
that.
a
not
Was it?
scowl.
happening.
Or maybe a smack on the behind. That'd be a fun one. Yeah. You talked about hey, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, it's terrible, man.
I know you.
I
You're
didn't
too
get
old
in-
for the show. Probably
Yeah.
you were in high school.
Because it was
college.
it was
You
like
were
the
gone.
generations after me, so I didn't never watch
Yeah.
it. But I saw it once, and then like my son brought it up one time on a old Netflix thing or
Yeah.
something, whatever the old Nickelodeon shit was on. He goes, "Dad, I don't like this." I'm like, "Dude, nobody did. You can just go and check."
No one did. It was hard to watch. This was the beginning of like Nickelodeon breaking into
Disney
their own
shit.
entertainment shows. And the other one, Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a minute. That one was, I kind of like that. It was okay.
There's funny parts of it.
That one was first. Then this Hey Dude came, and it's just forced. And,
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys doing? I mean, ugh. Stay away from it. Yeah, I really did do that for that nurse. That was that's one of the best things in my life because I like to tell jokes when they bomb. When they bomb and stuff, there is a sweetness to that. And I will never forget. We're walking down that hallway. And she's like, well, he's in stable condition, but when we check his vitals, sometimes he's a little cranky. And I mean, I'm like, hey, I stopped her. I'm like, hey, next time he gives you trouble, just give him an enema. And they both just. So anyway, and my brother just looked at me. He's like, and we got out of there. I'm like, what? What? He's like, not a good time.
Like in the back of your head, though, you're like, man, that's gold.
That's fucking hilarious. You know, what can I say? My parent, I had an open. I knew these people were older. I knew they would pass away before other people's parents. I was okay with it. We talked. I was okay with them. It was fucking fun. Okay. Oh yeah. Then the rare moment we were prying things away, the Eagle Scout thing. You're like, one of your kids is an Eagle Scout. Like, actually, both of them are. You know, and then you said. That they were generally good to the core and too chicken to do bad things because Ryan would keep him in line as a dad.
Yeah.
But I was writing a joke for the other one. You told the story about your daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Who these people, I guess they're goody scouts and they don't put that in the book. But your daughter is a genius.
Yeah,
because
she
the story
is.
you told is that and who was the person again? The concert
I don't
remember
remember
who
who they went to go see, but I know it was like something big.
on the edge that maybe
Yeah.
Dad didn't really maybe think appropriate.
Right.
And then this smart little girl goes to a friend's house who's got 2 tickets for it, and they just go to the show. And then doesn't find out for 3 days. And guess what? Too fucking late. I went to the show. What are you gonna do about it? She's smart.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, she's smart. So there you go.
I've done some of that shit, but my parents never heard about it.
Yeah, and
Still
sometimes
today.
they never.
Still today.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's well done.
She's a smart cookie.
But yeah, seriously, get your mom something for Mother's Day. Go fucking off. Oh yes, feels like today, James. Longest day of your life. Sorry, I can't stop coughing.
Choked up about it.
Then, man, going back there with Canteen Boy.
Yeah.
I do remember Canteen Boy.
Because like I know that you have a place for old SNL skits, and I knew that was as soon as you said you were going camping. I told our producer, I said, as soon as he said he was going camping with his friends, I was like, oh, I gotta do a canteen.
Yeah, when you were saying that at the end, I wasn't sure where you're going kind of with that, and then then I'm like, wait,
I had it written out better at home. It was all on the fly out of my head.
So
after
I'm the
2 beers.
pedophile, or like he's the pedophile?
No, you were gonna get molested.
I touch the kid is touching me. Like, I know what you're doing. Yeah, I mean. And I was able to figure it out.
They're going there. You go in there to see what role you were good for.
Yes, we're checking it out. Oh, then the Ernest Ghost. That was fucking gold. You talk about something bombing. That was so great. So I'm watching, and of course you saw it last Friday. Man, you're like, hey, first movie I ever saw, Karen, and then you launched in like 7 minutes, and you were telling like how great the story is, and then you told that cool story about man standing room only, man, and I had to be in there. And yeah, so man, it was really great. Karen, you ever seen it? No. That was the answer. Like everyone in town was there, not me.
I didn't live in
live
Frankfurt.
somewhere
That's
It
else.
was
okay.
awesome.
You
Just
guys
to
are
tell
all
the story.
hillbillies.
He was looking for a little help. And you're like, no,
No.
I want to go home. Well, I
think
am
I'd watch
home.
that?
I want you to
Wait,
leave
I am
my home.
I
I'm
am
ready
home.
for this to be over.
Yes.
No.
And you've never seen this movie since. You're not into the Ernest
No,
movies
but
at all.
I didn't really like any of the Ernest movies. I never saw one. The previews.
They're just
They're
goofy.
just too stupid.
Yeah, they're just okay.
They're like kid funny. Like I liked them when I was a kid. Like if I watch that shit now, it wouldn't last 15 minutes.
If you like Jim Varney or whatever, I would say he had a show on Saturday morning for a while that was
Yeah.
like before or after Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
reason why I
yeah.
got
And
into
that's
it.
a lot of just the silly, goofy stuff real quick. Instead of in a movie where you've got to put in like a bit of a story and that kind of stuff gets
He'd do
stale.
little bits in between and show cartoons and then
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Not happening.
But he got to start doing like commercials in the South for like butter and cream and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And
I
those
didn't
old
even like
commercials,
the
they're funny.
commercials.
They're fun.
Yeah.
I like the commercials. You
I
didn't
think
like
he was in a
commercials.
couple westerns too.
He might have been.
I'm sure
old
he's
Jim
just
Varney.
about everywhere.
Get old Jim Varney. Salute Your Shorts. We've covered that. Good show like that. I'm up there in that forest just cackling to myself. I'm like, Camp, I don't want to camp. I don't want to fucking be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you were. Yeah.
I was gonna sing the theme song, but I figured Bill would be like, "Don't sing, don't sing."
I know the whole thing. Get it right or pay the price,
Right.
Budnick. So you watched that show?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did too.
religiously.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite episode, or did you have a favorite girl on the show? Because we're about that age,
Well,
right?
they were all
Great.
kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Telly was the girl that was like the tomboy.
See, I don't remember any of the names.
Telly's the black girl that's the tomboy. That's like cool. And then there was the girl who was kind of blondish, but she was like the poet girl, like the feelingsy girl wearing
Yeah, I
like
was
big
never in any of
earrings.
those chicks.
And then the other girl was the made up girl who was like the Richie.
Oh
girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then of course the redhead kid was the asshole.
Yeah, Danny Cooksey, who's like
Yeah.
a kid actor forever. The
The
big
big guy
dude,
was an actor
he's
for a
been
long
in some
time
stuff.
too. Yeah.
And then the only person's name I remember, it's something Iman is his name, is the
Yeah.
other kid, the nerdy kid. Then they brought on like a sporty kid later,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But yeah, my favorite was all of them. I wanted all of them to touch me in 8th grade. Well, not the big dude or those dudes, the chicks.
They got to stand in line behind Melissa Milano.
That's right. Yes.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
She's pretty cute.
And then she is cute. She is cute, isn't she?
She's cute.
Yes. So then when the show started, okay, right, I'm watching it from the get-go. And now a lot of this comes from a little bit because I was in radio and then like how we have to do things and the way it should be done and what you do.
Sit with proper posture.
So you have to,
Focus on
say the thing. So you're like, hey, welcome to GGHOP. It's me, James. Our sponsor today is Wilson Farm Market. I'm like, there you go. Because a lot of people, like when we used to have a Marsh in town grocery store that was a chain in the Midwest, people would say, I'm going to Marsh's.
Yeah.
They would just do that. But here's the deal. Okay. Then the rest of the time you said Wilson's.
Yeah.
But every time I listen to the local radio station who
They
has
say it all the
Wilson
time,
Farm
too,
Market
and I
as a
hear it all the
sponsor,
time.
it's in their promos.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Wilson's Farm Market. It's like, what is the fuck? So yeah.
Like he owns it, but it's not that way on the title.
Yeah, it's Wilson Farm Market, not Wilson's. But I just had fun with that because you're like, I've got this new giveaway I'm doing, and then in my head I saw Scott Wilson like text me.
Well,
I got one for you. Tell him how many times I mispronounced my goddamn store.
Those first 2 beers went down pretty quick. I nursed the last one, so yeah.
And then the last one, we need more Karen. So we're gonna think of ways to get more Karen in here. We're getting ready to get some headphones so we hear it much better.
Oh,
Karen's
yeah.
a little bit.
I'll be able to get that.
Karen has a little bit of that.
I need new hearing aids.
Yes. But so a few things. Friday, you were telling a story that 2 nuns were pulled over.
So what were you talking about and how did I come up with that one?
It was, who knows?
Fuck, I don't
We
even
could be here all day trying to wonder what the hell we were doing there.
What did we just talk about 2 segments ago? Yeah,
fuck if
I
I
don't
know.
either. So yeah.
Anyway, but
Somehow police and driving somehow got to
2
law.
sisters from St. Augustine's home in Indianapolis were coming to our church to do a, kind of like a thing where they ask for donations.
Okay.
Anyway, and my son very quickly corrected me during the podcast, corrected me, though I don't try ever to look at my phone.
Yes. Don't pay attention.
Anyway,
Unless that's a ring or a Mother's Day card. You fuck yourself. Go ahead.
that it was not Lebanon, it was Kirkland.
Okay.
It's a little easier to speed through Kirkland and not realize what you're doing. But they
a one
apparently-
stoplight town.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
They
they'll get that down.
apparently, their light must have been green, but they apparently flew through town, got onto the other side, and got pulled over.
Okay.
And I looked at the sister and I was like, so did they give you a ticket? And she's like, no, he just gave us a warning. And I was like, damn straight.
So do you know, is that a thing? Do you know
they
that? Do
usually
they
get-
not they probably never give a ticket to a nun if they're driving.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They do that with nurses. Nurses, they don't ever give tickets to nurses. I know
Yeah.
because my sister-in-law's one.
Yeah.
And it's like, unwritten rule. They don't like, in fact, go ahead.
I
Was
would
there anything else
imagine
with-
because they know they don't have any money, and all the money is, they accept a poverty type
Yes.
thing.
And God knows they haven't been
it's
laden
not like
forever.
They're sitting at it. Unloaded.
Talking about nurses or the nuns?
The nuns.
I was-
No, God, the nurses
Say
are
the
hot and ready to
nurses-
party.
Yeah, as I would say, most of
Same.
them are party.
The nuns, if you're doing 70 and 30, Yeah, you've never had sex. But you know what? Do it. I'm on your side.
Plus Kirkland-
You may speed. I'm on your again.
Plus,
go for it.
Kirkland's a tricky ass town. It goes, you're going 55, then you're going 20,
55 to
in the
40
middle.
to
Yeah,
30
20 in the
back
middle.
up. You know, it's a little
stupid.
stoplight town. So they were okay. They made everything.
Yeah,
there was
they
no
made
problem.
everything.
Okay.
But it
They
was
didn't
just
grow those.
cute to think that they,
Yes.
they had the habits. Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
they
No,
didn't just
no,
fly
no.
away like.
No, not the flying nuns.
Not the flying nun.
But I do see different nuns. This past Sunday there was somebody in our church, and her habit, it showed the front of her hair.
Yeah.
You know, like it sits higher.
Got ya.
And I just like, to me, like
That's not supposed to be that way, right?
It just doesn't look
You're
right.
supposed to hide your hair because it's again you're supposed
Yeah,
to look
yeah.
plain and
Yeah.
This person-
Anyway, so
was it
when
like
I s-
but was it like pink? Was it like cobalt blue? I mean, was it dyed hair?
No,
Was she
no.
trying to make a point?
she waving?
Did she have a toilet brush
Was
in
she
her
waving
hand?
a toilet brush? That's what I was gonna say. Was she-
she had a rainbow flag.
I don't know. I just
No.
asked. So she just was doing something.
It just looked just a different order. There's
okay.
different orders, and the one I'm used to seeing are ones that are totally covered, no
It's
wings.
like the different stormtroopers. You know, there's red ones.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
that's
different
right. Yeah.
stormtrooper.
Different levels.
Stormtrooper for God.
When you told the story though, and then it went on real quick, what was in my head was like, I'm wondering like, well, what happened when they got pulled over? And then if you've ever seen Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, where they sneak this bus through like Mexico, they're coming
Yeah.
through, but then they get whiff and they throw the joint out and it lands in a van full of nuns. So the bus goes through that's made out of weed, and then
Yeah.
the cops show up and smell it in that car with the nuns, and they get all the nuns out of the car, and they're like searching them. The camera goes by, it's like pressed up against the glass, and they're like searching them. They're like, woo. So I didn't know if they got searched on the way, and
I don't
they
think so.
speed all the time now.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So good story, but we need to get you more involved. We got to get you in
Okay.
here. So you just got to just jump in there.
I'm gonna
And
do my
just kick your
best. I
frickin'
don't
foot
do
in the
well
door.
though with
All right,
cutting
you're hosting
in.
Friday.
But I do have a question before we go. Just a little finding out. You did say on the show, because again, I paid very close attention to the show.
Yes, you did.
Come on, dude.
You said, I don't feel like I'm funny here, but when I'm
Oh.
at other places, I feel like I'm very funny. So I
Yeah.
want to ask you, what are situations or things can you remember
Okay.
that make things funny? Give us an example.
So it's not necessarily related to all medical stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But I had to take my mom for a procedure,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's laying on the gurney or whatever, the hospital bed thing, and the nurses come in to prep her for this procedure, and they're asking her all kinds of questions. I can't remember what necessarily the questions are, but you normally you just say no or yes, and I'm like, not yet. Some of them were pretty good.
Okay.
Like, are you pregnant? Not yet.
Yeah.
So, just kind of
Okay,
moments
kinda-
like that, or
Okay.
just on the fly. And I think it's just more like stuff that I get exposed to daily than
Okay.
seeing you guys three times a week that are for an hour.
So you need more exposure daily.
Yeah, we need to get together. We
She's
need
more
to
reps.
have
More reps.
More reps. There
more
you go.
reps.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Good evening. Using the bathroom? Go on in. That won't bother for a bit. Okay. That's all right. That's the good son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the bad one.
No.
You're the good one. Yeah, no, you're the good one. The other one's the bad one.
Do you realize we're live?
It's cool. He's a
Now
great
you do.
guy. This
Go
guy's-
ahead and pee. We want to hear
No,
it.
he's putting contacts. He's brushing his teeth. He's fine. So, well, there you go. Wander on in. There you go. Say hello. Introduce yourself. You're Matthew, correct?
Hi, I'm Matthew.
Where are you going today, Matt?
I'm
What are
going
you,
to Provincetown State Park.
what are you going to do there?
Man.
Hike.
Doing a little hiking. Are you getting ready? You have an exciting career change, right? What are you going to go do? What are you going to learn to do? What's up?
I'm going to go work at Randsburg. It's a Boy Scout camp down in Bloomington.
And you are an Eagle Scout. And then I've heard you might actually then work at Mammoth Cave,
Possibly.
Cool.
If they accept my application.
State Park bound. Very
Fingers
cool.
crossed.
Very nice. You going alone today, or are you taking some friends?
I'm going alone.
You're going alone?
Are you?
Okay.
Searching for
If
arrowheads.
you watch this podcast and you're a crazy murderer, he'll be at, what was it again? Prophetstown State Park. All alone without a cell phone.
Please do it.
Yeah, nice. Bring it on, it says.
You know what?
He's
sucks?
also a black belt.
You know
He's also
what?
a black belt.
You know what sucks though?
What?
He's prepared.
He is prepared. He's ready.
Rule 1.
He's ready. He's ready. Well, we're about ready to end the show, but you can hang out with us for this last minute. Karen, anything you want to say before you go?
Please be really careful today.
Look at that. That's a real mom
Smells like
moment.
blueberry.
That's a real mom moment.
Don't be careful.
James,
at all.
anything you want to say to him?
Don't be careful at all. Just do what you gotta do.
Smoke him if you got
Find
him.
some
For
of
the
the-
James,
Find some of them arrowheads and shit up there.
Yes, sir.
eat 2, see how you feel in a half hour. Take 2 more.
Take a break and make one of those candles. Just walk around the
Yes.
lot. And get you some glass candy from the shop if the shop's open. We got some
Keep
good
them
glass
straight.
candy.
Stay on the trails. Well, we're getting out of here. We'll be back with you Friday. We'll do it again. We'll have some more fun. Until then, be sure to treat other people how you want to be treated. Lighten the hell up, and now you go make somebody laugh today.